So as you're going to sleep and as you're waking up are really special moments when we're traveling through the ethers. We're moving in and out of different states or dimensions, time structures, however you want to put it, back into this now moment, this body in this now moment, because your body was in a moment ago and a moment before that and a moment before that. So you're moving in a time-space continuum that appears like linear time. But the reality is everything already exists. So when you go have a dream or you remember a past life, it's really a parallel life. It's a simultaneous life. It's another life. However, if it's in medieval times, for us, it's easier to think about it as a past life because historically, in our linear life that we're living, that is in the past. So, excuse me. So, I remember what I was saying. So we're moving in this time-space continuum and we each have our own energy. Oh yeah, so when you're coming back in or you're leaving to go to sleep, you're in this beautiful, delicious twilight state, one of my clients calls it. And it's very exciting because many clients that come to me, they either can or used to, can a little bit or can't at all, or used to be able to receive messages from nature or their higher self or angels, or feel more connected or feel like they were in that synchronistic flow where there was a communication going on. So we've come to the point where we realize that miracles and synchronicities aren't these unique, weird little things that happen sometimes to some people. It's literally a form of communication. It's if you let it in and you pay attention to it, woohoo! That's one tiny little bit of information you've let in from the massive amounts of information that's right here, ready right now for you. So when we perceive lack, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough energy, I don't have enough money, I don't have enough support, I don't have enough whatever, okay? It's a lie because you're looking right here at what you can see and what you know in your tiny, teeny conscious mind. However, if we lift our heads up, right, energetically, and we begin to look up and out with our inner eye, we begin to perceive more, and we start to trust and honor our intuition, our feminine principle as much as our masculine principle, because we have to come back into balance if we truly want to create, and if we want to create something different than what is right now. So we're all craving something different, not just different than the pandemic, but the pandemic and everything else that's happening, all this craziness that's happening within us and on the planet is simply a breaking down of an old paradigm that can't exist anymore, and we know it inside of us. Nobody wants to slog through their life hoping they make it to 90, but all this drama in between, and pills and sickness and fear and debt, and I mean, it's ridiculous, right? So if you do communicate, if you do have a way of, like, I've had clients who say, oh, I get the shiver down my back, and I've learned that means that's truth, right? And so you may get forms of communication like that, where you feel something in your body, or you see a color, or you get a taste. Remember, the few senses that you currently tune into are very few out of what you have. You have 360 senses. So this is what we're doing. We're like breaking out of an old shell, and we have to let it all go. Traditions and who we thought we were and who we thought other people were and what we think people should have done, and failures and successes and everything. Because ego is a third dimensional concept. It doesn't make sense when you realize that you are infinite, that you have access to these infinite timelines, these infinite possibilities, skills from other lives that you already acquired, pains and fears from other lives that you've already acquired, and you know because you brought them into this life. So if you are seeking to feel more, to increase your capacity, I'm always seeking to increase my capacity. And I'll tell you the things that have catapulted my senses, right? My awakening, my ability to receive information and see energies and do the things that I do now has been a progression. And the hardest things in my life, like last year dying, and my daughter dying many years ago, and losing everything in my divorce, and all these different huge, massive breakdowns are always the thing that you can see where you transformed the most. And it's because you get broken out of your past. So that's what's happening to us collectively right now. So I'm sure it's happening within your life. It may be certain areas, or you may be coming to the point where you're like, I just want something new, or you're overwhelmed with what you're doing, or you feel trapped. So the time when you're going to sleep and the time when you're waking up is a beautiful moment to really access those energies. So one of my clients who's been trying for years and years and years to perceive this, right? To be able to hear and see colors or visions or symbols or the different things that you hear other people talk about is this is when she's started doing it. Is if she does a meditation or something and then she's going into that twilight state to go to sleep, or when she wakes up, if she stays quietly in that space, she'll start seeing tunnels and timelines and symbols and sacred geometry and lights and colors and things like this. So the important thing is that we respect it, right? That we respect this information coming in and we learn to decipher it and filter it. All right, so what we're going to do to make sure that we all receive clearly is before the call, before everything I do, I always cleanse and clear my light body. I activate my light body. I connect to my council, who I call the Light Body Council. I connect to my higher self, my I Am Presence, and my body elemental. These are subtle parts of me that know more about me and my purpose, the bigger me, and my soul that I came from. So all of your lives come from a soul, which is a part of source. Okay, that's the simplest way to think about it. So you are source, we're all connected, yes, but you came to be an individual soul. And within that soul, you said, hey, let's have one person who does this and have another person who does that and another person who's that, and then you all go out. So right here in this moment, you are you. I am being Akasha. My conscious focus is on Akasha. And yet the reality is that my higher self knows much more about me. It knows more of my blueprint and my purpose. And it's watching and trying to navigate to get through to me, to help guide. We're never sent here alone without guidance. So if you clear and cleanse every day, if you start to tune in that you're in a sacred space together with me right now, and that you are ready and willing to receive. That's a really important word. So say that. I'm ready and willing to receive that which is optimal for me at this time. Take a deep breath in. And I'm ready and willing to be aligned with my highest good self. When you let that breath go, let it wash the energy out of your body, mind, and emotions into Gaia. She loves it. And allow yourself to kind of let go, sort of slump over and relax. Okay? Good.